Hello, my fellow Americans. This is your president, John Henry. Ooh, gotcha. This is Three Dog reporting to you from JNR. That's Galaxy News Radio, if you forgot. Now, here's the review. If you hadn't already realized what game I'm reviewing, it's Fallout 3. And not just regular Fallout 3. It's, you can see, Game of the Year edition. Meaning, I got all 5 DLCs. And let me tell you, folks, they are pretty awesome. Like, in general, when they're not lagging or freezing. We'll get to that in a bit. Just to start off with, it's got a lot of replayability. Like in general. I mean, there's so much stuff you can do. Got some stuff on my computer. There's this like oodles of stuff you can do. Like, you can be good, you can be bad, you can be neutral. Like everything you do affects you almost. Like if you can steal something from somebody and you get bad karma, and if they catch you, boom, they will start attacking you, and it's it's realistic in that sense, because I mean, if you stole something from somebody, that person would probably be pretty peeved. So yeah, I mean, it's like cool because it's in like the post-apocalyptic, apocalyptia. I'm sure you know what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is it's got that cool, like, all the nukes have, it's all like got all that radiation, and all the nukes have like gone off, and you're in the capital wasteland. That's the location of the main game. And then you start off in these things called vaults, and you get out of it because your dad, was crazy, and you had to go out of the vault, and you being the son and having to follow the game script, you had to. You didn't have. Well, you didn't have. Well, technically you did, because you couldn't really progress through the game if you didn't. But you get through the game, and you get out of the vault, and you go into the wasteland, and now you can do all this stuff, and it's just crazy because you can decide, like, hey, I'll go to the main. I'll continue the main story, or hey, I'm just gonna start wandering around. Either way, it's fun, and when you just start wandering around, then you could just like do who knows what, because you could like theoretically go off the main road and just start doing random stuff and come back to the first level part and be like max level, because that's just like how it is. It's crazy how like you don't have to stay. It's very open. Like, it's the definition of open. It's very unlinear. In a sense, it's like it's about as unlinear and linear as you can get. I mean, there's a lot of stuff, like, and if you know what you're doing, like if you played the game before, you could just kill all the people that you don't like. Technically, you could kill a lot of the people. They're only there to help you because you don't. If it's your first time playing, you don't know where to go, and once you do, technically, you could just kill them. And you can blow up You can blow up a city with a nuke that's in it, and it's like, that's ridiculous. It's so cool to watch. I mean, yeah, the graphics like aren't like Uncharted 2 good, kind of good, but like honestly, when you have all that stuff going on, I think for what they did, for like all the stuff that goes on, it isn't half bad. I mean, there's a lot of like stuff you have, like a lot of type of scenarios and situations you have to account for in that game. Like in a linear game, there's only so many things that person can do. In this open world, this huge playground, kind of sand pit type thing, or yeah, like there's so many outcomes that can happen. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, doing the main story is really fun and rewarding and all that fun stuff. But sometimes you just like to go exploring, because you'll all of a sudden be like, hey, here's this little gauge or little marker on my my compass that says there's a unfound city or location. Let's check it out. All of a sudden you found that. right when you find that, you find there's another location just a little bit further. It's like a like sending you, it'll give you a little piece of candy every way, a little bit along the way, and all of a sudden you realize you're halfway across the map. You're an old Uni facing Deathclaws, and dying, and you didn't realize it because you're all the way up north, and you didn't know that there was Deathclaws up north. But you'll face them anywhere, man. Don't get me wrong. Deathclaws, they'll come out of nowhere. They'll come out of the least when you're not expecting it and not wanting it. Those Deathclaws, they'll get you. And their names basically speak for themselves. They have claws that will contribute greatly to your death. Because they're like one of the toughest enemies in the game. And they don't even give you really anything. They give you a Deathclaw hand. That's no food or anything. It's nothing really special unless you want to make the Deathclaw gauntlet. And unless you don't, because even then, it's not like anything special. I mean, it is, but it's like, I don't know. I just don't like it. I mean, I don't like it, but I don't really use it. It's one of those novelty weapons. But most weapons that you have, most schematic weapons, usually are almost cosmetic. Not cosmetic weapons, but novelty weapons, because it's like, those kind of weapons you have to make, and they're kind of impractical. Like there's one that's a rock, it's a rocket launcher, and I think you like take garbage and you chuck it out of a like the weapon, and it's like cool, but honestly I'm not gonna go up against the Enclave, the main villains in the game, basically, with a rocket launcher, not a rocket launcher actually would probably be a good idea. Dang it, 1 minute. Oh, I don't care about those guys. I don't know why they even send me texts. Alright, sorry about that. But, anyways, yeah, well, like, there's just so much. I mean, it's just crazy how, like, you have, but you can get, like, schematics and stuff for weapons. Not all your weapons you have to get schematics. That would be horrible. There's special ones that make you kind of like, oh, I got the schematics for the Deathclaw Gauntlet. Now I feel cool because it's one of my many trophies. It's almost like a trophy kind. And there's lots of cool things you can do. Like, you can get legendary weapons that are, like, better than it looks like the weapon, but it's, like, better. Like, stats-wise, like, way better. And, like, you level up your stats, like any other RPG. It's a good RPG, and you do all that stuff, but it's like there's a lot of stuff you can level up that really more so it can really, depending on how you want to play. If you want to play the smartest way is to amp up your intelligence all the way, because then you get the most points to use when you level up, so you get the most out of your most bang for your buck. But if you want to maybe play like how you are, kind of like how attribute your character, like how you actually are, you can do that, because a lot of it is like you can make your guy you can like design him how you really want. Like you can really like customize how your guy looks more for the face, and then the clothes and stuff, you get that through your journeys. I mean, and it's also kind of like cool, but I mean it's not a serious pain, but like you have to like repair your weapons and your like apparel regularly. I mean, in real life, that's what you have to do. You have to repair all your stuff. I mean, especially when people shoot it. I would imagine it would damage it. And there's just lots of stuff that makes you like, I don't know, makes you feel like you're really, that character really, what you're doing just feels like, I don't know, it just feels cool. I can't think of the word right now. Feels like you're really doing something. You're really controlling that character. That character is that way because of you, totally. But like, and then I mean, that game could take. I mean, it has endless amounts of hours of game. And then the DLCs, I haven't actually completed them because something about when I got this game, I had a previous file with a lot of stuff on it, I think, and I think when I tried to play the Game of the Year edition and had all those DLCs go onto it, it might have not parsed correctly, might have not like, downloaded correctly. So I'm playing like a new game using just the Game of the Year edition, and I'm seeing how that goes, because it started like freezing really bad. Maybe it's just because it was on the PS3, because it seems like everybody likes to give PS3 the other end of the stick when it's a multi-platform game. But I'm just speculating. You know, prove me wrong. You know, there's very few games that give, you know, that actually, you know, game developers, it seems like if they make a multi-platform game, then it doesn't look way better. It seems like they put more effort on the Xbox and not as much on the PS. But we won't get into that. That's another time. This isn't my rant about PS3 getting bamboozled. It's about the DLC. But the DLCs in themselves they're pretty fun, especially Point Lookout, because it's like basically a swamp version of the Capital Wasteland, and it's pretty cool. The pit's pretty cool because you get some new weapons and everything. Operation Anchorage plays a lot because like I don't know, it's just cool because you get to like have like you don't have to worry about ammunition or repairing your guns and all that stuff because like basically because you're in a simulation. So I mean that's cool. I haven't played Mothership Beta. I'm planning on doing that sometime soon, but I mean it's a definite like it's a good game. I mean it's a good deal. I mean you can get that game right now like $40 new, even less used. I mean it's a definite good. Like if you're wanting a game for your bang for your buck, that game will suffice. That game will occupy many amounts of hours. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you're a Fallout person, you know what I'm talking about. So that's how it is. And my cat wants to say, "Hey, hello, Earthlings." All right. See you later, guys. Oh.